tabs with that as well. My name is Njue, and Lensa Odingo will be joining us on the bottom of your screen for the sign language interpretation. Now, to other news, the Nubian Rights Forum is threatening to sue the government over what it terms as unrealistic increase in charges for national identity cards and a coercive approach to the implementation of the digital ID system. Nubian Rights Forum Executive Director Shafi Ali Hussein is accusing the government of charging the Nubian community an additional 550 shillings to process national ID, a move he claims is discriminatory.
If each and every Kenyan attaining the age of 18 will go for ID with 300 Kenya shillings, why is Nubian going with 850 Kenya shillings? Then what is the meaning of Article 27 of the Constitution of Kenya? Every person is equal before the law and has the right to equal protection and equal benefit of the law. I want to ask Honorable Kithure Kindiki, Mheshimiwa Kithure Kindiki, what are you doing to the Nubians?
In response, the Nubian Rights Forum calls on the government to reverse its decision to make digital ID mandatory and instead prioritize voluntary enrollment through comprehensive civic engagements.
Moving on, about 25 families in Maralal Sub-County, Samburu County have been displaced following a surge in banditry attacks which have led to the death of several people and livestock killed. The families are calling on the national government to intervene and put an end to the attacks. Area Police Commander Thomas Ototo said the families are seeking shelter at the Maralal Chief Office grounds as investigations continue to ensure the culprits are brought to book.
Sisi tumekuwa na shida mingi sana. Huko hakuna amani kabisa. Watoto wetu wanapigwa, wazee. Tumelala hapa siku mbili sasa. Hapa Morija, huko tumelala hapa kwa chief. Hatuna amani kabisa.
Sasa hata mambuzi zetu tukiweka tukinyonyesha zinaenda zote. Sasa sisi tukaamua kutorokea kwa chief sisi wote. Tukakuja kwa chief, tumelala karibu wiki moja. Tumeumia na baridi nje, hatuna nyumba mahali ya kulala, tumekaa kama mochi mwanapo.
And in other news, a section of bar owners in Bahati Sub-County, Nakuru County are calling on authorities to target the closure of outlets whose licenses were issued by the county government contrary to the provision of the Alcoholic Drinks Control Act of 2012, especially premises within residential areas and around basic educational institutions. National Business Officers Association NBO Chairman Abdul Noor is proposing the establishment of an appropriate framework for an effective and realistic enforcement approach that helps in achieving a remarkable compliance rate.
Katika hii eneo yetu ya Bahati, kilabu ambazo zimefungwa ni zaidi ya 15, na kuna wengine wameshikwa na wakapelekwa mahakamani, na kuna wengine wamekuwa na leseni walikuwa wamekata lakini leseni zao tena zikachukuliwa. Sasa tunataka waelezewe, warudishiwe leseni zao na waelezewe makosa ni gani, waweze kurekebisha, sababu hao watu wangu wako tayari kufuata sheria. Lakini ile kitu ambayo hatutaki ni harassment peke yake, ndio hatutaki. Hawa ni Wakenya, waelezewe maneno na matatizo mahali iko kwa utaratibu na watafuata. Lakini sasa kama viongozi wetu wa serikali hawataki kuja na kuwaambia mahali kuna matatizo, je, tutasaidiana wapi? Sisi ndio wenye vilabu na sisi ndio wenye wametuweka katika lawama kubwa. Mbona wasije watuambie matatizo iko wapi?
About 8,000 people die annually from tobacco-related illnesses in the country, according to the statistics released by the Harm Reduction Society of Kenya. The society wants policymakers to come up with new regulations on tobacco control and novel products. While launching a campaign on safer alternatives, Harm Reduction Society of Kenya Secretary General Michael Kariuki urged policymakers to reconsider policies that prevent smokers from accessing alternatives that would help them quit the habit. According to the World Health Organization, tobacco use is the leading preventable cause of death in the world.
One of the key things we should focus on is preventive medicine. For us to prevent burdening the new insurance scheme with non-communicable diseases, we must look at controlling the effects of tobacco. And how to control the effects of tobacco is through embracing safer alternatives. Letting the smoker know that if you have tried willingly and you didn't succeed, you can get help. You can get help using safer alternatives. If you don't smoke, you should never use safer alternatives. Because, and the message should be clear out there, because they are not risk-free. They are less risky than the cigarette, but they are not risk-free.
Significant conclusion to be remembered surely must be this. For people who are struggling to quit smoking, tobacco-free nicotine products can save their lives. So the best thing Kenyan policymakers can do is to base their regulations on science. Attempts to bully them into ineffective, deadly prohibition must be rejected. Instead, tobacco harm reduction should be integrated into the public health strategy via risk proportionate regulation. If smokers can't or won't quit, we need to help them switch to safer alternatives.
Regulation of these products is, of course, necessary, more so to protect our young people and youth. I did say that I'm a pediatrician, and I can tell you for sure the brain of a child will stop growing at the age of 24 or 25 years. The moment that person is introduced to some of these substances, before that, they get hooked, and it becomes extremely difficult to unhook them from the product. So we must protect our youth and the young. We did see recently that NACADA did release a report that the tobacco initiation age in this country is shockingly at 6 years of age. Those are NACADA statistics, and we can see where this is coming from. The father who is sitting back at home is sending their young son to buy cigarettes. The father who is assisting at home or sitting back at home, or the mother who is back at home, is smoking cigarettes, even while pregnant, is smoking cigarettes in the presence of these children. And you can imagine what dangers that will have at the household level.
Let's switch gears to the NADCO report, where the National Council of Churches of Kenya South Rift Chapter is calling for public participation and printing of the National Dialogue Committee NADCO report in English and Swahili for public to understand before it is implemented. Led by the branch chair, Reverend Andrew Toom, the council said the report should promote unity, equality, cohesion, inclusivity, and prosperity for all Kenyans. Reverend Toom, at the same time, urged the opposition to remain strong and protect multi-party democracy at all costs.
It is our prayer that the NADCO process will not be skewed for the political interest of a particular political class or community. We call for authenticity in the process and strongly urge the politicians to stop any schemes and tricks in the process. That the NADCO reports and proposed bills are accessible to all Kenyans and expose the process to public participation.
To Kilifi County, where more than 3,700 healthcare providers from the county are set to receive medical cover in a bid to make healthcare services affordable and available to caregivers, as well as enhance service delivery. According to Kilifi County Governor Gideon Mung'aro, the initiative will address the welfare of healthcare providers in the county, as well as increase returns for the county government by attracting other residents in need of medical cover.
3,768 members of our county staff will have access to quality healthcare services. This medical cover program is not just about providing access to healthcare services. It's about fostering a culture of well-being and support within our county government.
We stay committed as a department to ensure that the medical cover program goes beyond provision of inpatient and outpatient healthcare services by fostering a culture of well-being and support within our county government.
And still on health, women in Kajiado North constituency and its surrounding areas are relieved a lot following the inauguration of a cutting-edge maternity wing in Gong Town. The contemporary facility, furnished with high-quality equipment, was generously funded by stakeholders to enhance access to quality and affordable maternity services.
The newly inaugurated 24-bed capacity maternity wing, equipped with 2 theatres, is set to address the pressing maternal health challenges in Kajiado North constituency and its environs. During its official launch, stakeholders emphasized the critical role this facility will play in reducing child and maternal mortality rates.
The number of births that have already, or some of the births that have taken place so far, in the first 5 days of the facilities unofficially being used, there were 56 births.
Kajiado County Governor Joseph Olelenku stressed the importance of sensitizing the public on the importance of delivering babies in healthcare facilities. He also pledged to bridge the human resource gap to ensure optimal delivery of health services.
I want to commit that we will address the human resource gaps that may be occasioned by the need to take care of the additional capacity created by this facility. Provision of health care to the people of Kajiado, my county, is a commitment I gave and to continue to remain a priority for my administration.
Leaders said the facility will aid the achievement of the zero maternal death goal.
That let us have 0 maternal death and neonatal death, and also something very, very close to that. Let us also target to end the transmission of HIV from mothers to children.
But as we speak right now, this facility has everything to an extent that we will be the ones receiving referrals from other hospitals.
Njue for Lunchtime News.
From health matters to land, where conflicts over ownership of a controversial Mkongeni land in Frere Town, Mombasa County, has escalated after hired goons attempted to demolish a private school in the area, igniting fresh panic among the local residents who are already facing looming threats of eviction. According to the residents, the armed goons, allegedly hired by a member of a wealthy family claiming ownership of the big chunk of land, forcefully broke into Jundan Academy, where they demolished the school wall before threatening teachers and neighbors with eviction. The residents are now calling on the National Land Commission to intervene and solve the land matter before further harm is inflicted upon them.
Tumejaribu kwenda kwa ofisi za serikali, ofisi za county, ili tuweze kusaidika ya kwamba tupewe nafasi ya kwamba kila mmoja amiliki, anunue sehemu ya, anunue ardhi plot mahali nyumba yake imesimama, ili sasa tuwe ni una nyumba yako, tuache mambo ya ukoloni ya kulipa kodi maisha yote. Hii haiji, kwa sababu mwenyewe mara nyingi anakimbia kwa serikali na kuongana kwa wale wanaohusika. Unakuta kwamba mambo ambayo tungeyakamilisha kwa wakati ufaao yanachukua muda mrefu. Naomba serikali ingilie kati ili tuone ya kwamba tumesaidika. Wenye kufanya maendeleo waendeleze ploti zao, wenye kutaka kujenga nyumba za kwenda juu wafanye hivyo, kuliko kuwa wewe ni mtumwa wa kulipa kodi maisha yako yote.
Omba serikali itusikize sahihi. Tuwaomba mahakama yetu ambao tuko na hii kesi yetu wachukue hatua. Tuomba DCI achukue hatua, kwa sababu onekana yeye anatumia wakubwa fulani katika kitengo cha polisi kufanya huu uhalifu, na yeye atakubalika. Kwa hivyo tuomba hatua ichukuliwe mara moja, wakamatwe hao watu, waeleze ni kwa nini walikuja fanya hichi kitendo, ni kwa nini walete wahuni ambao wamejihami na mapanga na nyundo.
Very well, it's about 5 minutes past 2. We are due for a fast break, but when we come back, we still have more news and also be telling you who else other than the great Arsenal have booked a place in the last 8 of the Champions League.
Sugar, gas, and the crime rate is high. Hii ndio Mushenea daily in the bustling hood of Omokavile. Although, wengine wakiwa na superheroes, sisi tuko na super hustlers.
I hope sugar daddy wako anapenda mapengo.
Cut to the chase.
For business to thrive, crime cannot survive.
On KBC Channel 1, we are a TV station like no other. Get a taste of the best in entertainment.
Yes, indeed.
Feel the passion.
Will you promise me?
I swear that you will never lose me. I can't get married to you.
I'm sure you knew about it. That's why you're making fun of me.
Experience the drama.
Get out.
Who is the man in this one? And the laughter.
Hii wigi umevaa kichwani. Sisi wakati tulikuwa tunapishwa tunapewa mheshimiwa.
Move to the beat.
We are live from Broadcasting House.
And get informed on the latest happenings. KBC Channel 1.
Wow.
We are the full package.
Oh, yes.
And Kenya's watching.
Thank you very much for joining us.
This is a very exciting moment, not just for Naivasha, not just for the county of Nakuru, but also for Kenya.
Okay, ready? Ready.
This thing is crazy. I mean, the sheer speed, you can hardly see the road. These guys are really professional. It's really something out of this world. Ask me whether I want to do this again? I'm not sure.
Welcome back and many thanks for keeping it Channel 1. Moving on, a section of Muslim faithful in West Pokot has received food donations from the government to aid them during this holy month of Ramadan. West Pokot County Commissioner Abdullahi Khalif, who led the exercise accompanied by the County Security Committee, gave out 260 bags of rice and 300 bags of beans at Makutano Jamia Mosque. The donations target the most vulnerable in the society.
Hii ni mara ya kwanza sisi Waislamu wa sehemu hii ya West Pokot kupata idadi nyingi ya chakula. Kila mwaka tunapatanga gunia 20-30, lakini mwaka huu serikali imetukumbuka kabisa. Tunashukuru serikali hii.
We have partnered with the committee of Jamia Mosque Makutano to come and deliver the government's donation of foodstuffs purposely for the Muslim faithfuls who are fasting, for the vulnerable Muslims who are not able to break their fast because of lack of food.
And in other news, a section of human rights activists and youths in Kisii County have petitioned the national government to address the plight of Kenyans negatively impacted by the harsh economic times. The activists further called on elected leaders to craft a bill that will be debated in Parliament to address matters ailing the economy, stating that some families can hardly cope with the current inflation.
Ngozi hapa tunalia kwa sababu ya bad economy. Tunaomba Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, ya kwamba uzingatie mambo ya wananchi sana. Hata hawa viongozi wabunge wote ambao wamechaguliwa, naomba ya kwamba chukueni huo mswada bungeni ili muweze kujadiliana mambo ya economy. Economy si mzuri.
The Kenyan economy is a turmoil. Want to address to the President of the country just to look upon on the economy of the nation.
The Media Council of Kenya, in conjunction with Isiolo County Government, have opened a press club for journalists in the county. The press club will not only unite journalists in their endeavor to better inform Isiolo residents, but also enhance employment opportunities for journalists.
The press club is a vehicle to make money, but the money will come through your hard work and direction. Media Council and other players will also help. So kila siku kuamka asubuhi Media Council. Press club haina nini Media Council? Open up. Media Council is just many of the other players that can help. Some of the project carbon certain climate change project. And climate change is the big thing in the world. Right now news about climate change is the big thing. We are getting a lot of journalists from Nairobi attending COP28, COP29. Yet climate change in Nairobi is kubwa. It's not a big issue in Nairobi. The big thing in climate change in the counties. How many journalists are going to those big meetings out of these counties?
And two students from Nalondo National Special School in Kabuchai constituency, Bungoma County, are seeking the intervention of relevant authorities to facilitate their travel to Egypt in April to participate in the parallel competition. The duo earned the honor of representing the country after emerging winners of a national competition held in Embu County. They say they have managed to process their birth certificates but need help in acquiring travel documents.
Mmoja tuko walemavu kasi wafanye mazoezi. Usipofanya zoezi kweli hawezi fikia kiwango kikuu cha kuenda kule Egypt. Sasa wafanye zoezi, wajikaze, wajikakamue, wasijiona hawezi, wanaweza. Through zoezi watafaulu na wanataka na hata wataenda zaidi na Kenya.
We hope the young gentlemen will have an opportunity to travel to Egypt and also actualize their dream. In other news, residents of Kianzasu in Kalama Sub-County, Machakos County, want a section of the political leadership in the region to iron out its differences and address infrastructure concerns in the area. They claim that recarpeting of the 9-kilometer stretch is the only solution to the unending accidents that have been witnessed in the past.
The Gully Road cutting through Kwamotisia and Makaveti Road in Machakos County, its dilapidated state is a concern for residents for close to 20 years.
Lakini tunashukuru sababu engineer amekuja, amedesign vizuri, wataenda watafunga some proper gabions, watafanya backfilling, na maji ambayo imekuwa ni tatizo itakatwa, na tukumekubaliana hii barabara yetu ni around 3 meters, lakini itapanuliwa ikuwe to standard of 9 meters.
They claim local political differences differences have taken a toll on the development of the road infrastructure in the area.
Hii ni iko na zaidi ya mwaka 15 na ilianzia huko chini tukilia ikasonga hata hata test ya watoto wa shule wa secondary wanawachia basi huko juu mpaka wanaletwa na motorbike, tunaongezewa shida juu ya shida.
According to residents, on several occasions, they have been forced to physically carry people when the road is rendered impassable by vehicles.
Mtu aliingia kwa hii shimo, hata si mmoja, wengine waliingia wakaenda kutokea na huko chini wakiwa na maumivu, hata ng'ombe zikiwa zinafuruta ile bull cart zilikuja na zikamisi kwa ajili ya kukimbia.
They want the authority to prioritize tarmacking of the 9-kilometer road, which is expected to take 2 months. Lucy Uside for Lunchtime News.
Time to do business, and Kenyans have been urged to utilize online financial literacy tools to access their financial health and evaluate their debt-to-income ratio in order to be responsible borrowers. Financial services provider Mogo says during tough economic times, it is important to ensure you do not fall into a vicious debt cycle. Mogo has reduced monthly payment for both its car financing and logbook loans aimed at assisting Kenyans in navigating difficult economic times.
Financial services provider Mogo has eliminated application and processing fees for car financing loans and abolished application fees for logbook loans. This has led to the reduction of car financing monthly payments by 30%, while logbook loans payments will see a reduction of 5%.
We have removed our processing fees and application fees for car financing and logbook loans. And as a result, we have made our car financing loans 30% cheaper, and our logbook loans are now 5% cheaper. So our customers will be able to pay less and be able to access the finances they need.
The reductions aim to alleviate financial burdens for Kenyans by enabling them to comfortably address various goals and needs, such as injecting more capital into their businesses, paying school fees, covering medical bills, renovating houses, or undertaking construction projects, among others.
We address concerns of customers who might experience difficulties during their loan term, especially due to the economic times or unforeseen circumstances. By doing our case-by-case analysis, we reach out to them to discuss their financial situation and also talk to them about the available options that they can use to be able to continue paying for their loan and ease whatever financial pressure that they are experiencing at that point in time.
The firm says it leverages artificial intelligence technology to swiftly assess customers' creditworthiness to ensure favorable loan terms and amounts. Betty Kiptum, Lunchtime News.
And in sports, Arsenal beat Porto 4-2 on penalties to qualify for the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. Ghana's keeper David Raya was the hero after saving 2 spot kicks. Barcelona also qualified for the first time in 4 years with an entertaining 3-1 victory over Napoli. Tonight, Atletico de Madrid faces Inter Milan, while Borussia Dortmund of Germany plays PSV away.
It's a wonderfully weighted ball. It's brilliant vision. Here's Trossard. What were we saying about João Mário?
Scores! Leandro Trossard!
To the ball. Martin Odegaard for Arsenal. Scores. guess. Just rolled in. Second Porto penalty. And he's in a hurry to take it. And Ryan saves it brilliantly. Touch penalty. Isn't he? Martin Odegaard. Goalkeeper never can't really afford to miss now. Wow. Straight down the middle. Galeno. Saved! It's David Raya's night. It's Arsenal's night. They're back at the top table. Top of the table. That's nicely done. Pull back towards Lewandowski. Left it, and they're in front as Fermin Lopez side foots Barcelona. And he's looking to release Rafinha here. Lewandowski's to his side, he's hit the post, but the follow-up is to João Cancelo, and Barcelona have scored twice. Here's Politano in a great position, pulls it back, and a fabulous goal. Ramani has made it 2-1. Gundogan, beautiful ball, Sergio Roberto, and Lewandowski puts Barcelona into the quarter-final of the Champions.
Very well, and that's sporting action where Arsenal has qualified for the quarterfinals for the first time since 2010. Wraps up KBC Lunchtime News on this 13th day of March 2024. My name is Njue. Lensa Odingo has been my colleague on the sign language interpretation.